Hello and welcome to Universal Heritage Television Night. My name is Achi, your host. It is here to another edition of our breakfast show, Daybreak Night. And I have as my guest today, Mrs. Dorcas Samson Achi. Mrs. Achi is an author, a woman advocate, a journalist, and so many other things rolled into one. She is here today to talk about women issues, gender-related issues. And she's going to explain to us the motivations behind her NGO and as well as the book she authored recently. Dorcas, you are welcome to our program.
Thank you very much.
Please remember to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube platform. My name again is Achi. Dorcas, let me take you straight to the issue of your book and your group. Recently, you assembled a galaxy of who is who in Imo State and in Nigeria, and carried out two activities: the launching of your book and the launching of your NGO. So can you give us an insight into your book? What is it all about?
Okay, on 24th of March 2024, I launched The Survival. The Survival addresses contemporary issues of the Nigerian society and the challenges the youth face in their quest for education, employment, empowerment, and accessing the basic needs of life. It reveals and exposes dreams, passions, visions, and goals of those low lives, in quotes, the rank and files, the mates, which are often butchered without any support. The Survival is our story, our struggles, the story of an average Nigerian girl. We know how difficult life is for people who have parents. Then imagine what those girls in the streets go through. So this is the story of our struggles. It's something, when you read it, you understand that it is our story.
That is, you kind of mirror what happens in our society,
yes,
in the Nigerian society.
Exactly.
Okay.
The vulnerabilities and hostilities women face, youth face in trying to survive.
Okay.
It's not just about, when people hear The Survival, they think it's about rape. A rape victim that survived. Okay. But I think surviving in Nigeria is not easy.
It's a big challenge.
It's a big challenge.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So the book will be very, very useful to anybody.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
It's for every patriotic Nigerian who desires a positive change. It is my best way of expressing my concerns on the failure of leadership and governance in Nigeria, hoping to cause a change in the system and to achieve a country where hardship, insecurity will be a thing of the past.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's a good one. You've spoken about your book. What about their NGO, Dorcas Foundation for Women and Girl Child? Okay. And what is your motivation behind setting it up?
Okay, Dorcas Foundation was set up last year. Okay. The motivation behind the foundation was that there was a time I started the Woman Matter column. A few years ago, we started the Woman Matter column.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Okay.
The Woman Matter.
Yeah, it's from there that I got motivated.
Okay.
While writing about issues of women, I discovered that we should go beyond talking and writing. Because a lot of girls kept calling me, telling me they have this dream, they have this vision, they want to do this, but they don't have support. So within me, I said, I need a platform where we can gather them together and support them, the less privileged. The people who, they have this dream, they want to do this, but they don't have the wherewithal, they don't have the enabling environment. Okay. So that's where the motivation came from. So one day when I was discussing with my boss, you know, my boss, Precious Madike, Comrade Precious Madike, the publisher of Watchdog newspaper, he came up with the idea of setting up a foundation. He said, you like this is what you want to do. Why not set up a foundation where you can bring women together, help, you know, support them. So I think then I said, yes, this is a nice idea. So I told my husband about it and he gave his support and then we started it. That's how it came about.
Okay. Now I do know that journalists, especially those from Nigeria and Imo State in particular, are not known to be very, very rich. So now that's a very good dream of yours. So how are you getting the funding, or how do you intend to get the funds to drive the project? Okay,
first of all, I don't believe journalists are poor, you know. I believe journalists are wealthy, are rich, intellectually, socially, and in resources, you know, because journalism is a very lucrative profession.
Lucrative?
Yes.
Lucrative?
Yes.
Okay.
It's just that the journalists are not properly taken care of in this part of the country. That's why it seems like they are poor. But journalists are not poor people. Or let's say they're not supposed to be poor people.
Yeah.
Okay, then talking about the funding for the project.
Yeah.
When you have a goal and a vision, resources come. You understand? You don't really need money to set up, to start. What you need is a good idea. With a good idea, you get projects and vision partners who will galvanize towards your project. So I have a team that believe in what we do. I have vision and mission partners who believe in what we do and they support, and we are making it happen. But then that doesn't mean we don't want collaboration, support, and sponsorship. We want support, we want sponsorship. Dorcas Foundation is about women. The future is female. So we want to help the girls get empowered, get employed, get educated. And you know, women are indispensable. So when you invest in women, you are investing in the nation. So if you want to support us, please do well to come. We will appreciate that.
So if I bring some naira now, some millions of you don't mind?
Yes, sir. We will utilize it, sir.
He said something very interesting. He said the future is female.
Yes.
So can you?
Yes, the future is female because when you empower a man, you've empowered one person. But when you empower a woman, you've empowered the nation. Women multiply. You understand? Women give birth. And women are always with they are closer to their children more than their fathers. Mothers are closer to their children more than their fathers. So they inculcate knowledge.
Okay.
When someone marries a woman who is not educated, who is not empowered, it will affect the person's children. So when we talk about the future, we're talking about children, we're talking about posterity, we're talking about generation.
Okay.
So that's what I mean by that.
Okay. Tell us more about this your vision, about your NGO.
Okay.
The challenges, the successes you have made so far, your action plans, and any other thing around it that can help you to succeed. Okay,
Dorcas Foundation for Women and Girl Child is created to help women achieve their dreams. It is created to make women maximize their full potentials. Okay. We are committed to building a society free from abuse and prejudice against women and the girl child, using strategic tools of advocacy, education, empowerment, and engagements to ensure women and girls' full participation in nation building. So we're interested in building women, helping young girls in schools, especially in our public schools, that are from disadvantaged backgrounds, to help them find their footings, to help them pursue their dreams and achieve their goals. And so far, we are more interested in going to schools, organizing essay competitions. If you watch, you agree with that reading culture is gradually fizzling away. So we want to organize essay competitions, poem compositions, PLMBs, quiz competition, all these things in public schools. Okay, public schools. Yes. Then why are you living at private schools? Not actually, but we feel that girls in public schools need what we are doing more, because you cannot compare public schools with private schools. Some private schools are well equipped. They have access to information. They have access, unlike our public schools. Okay. So that's why we are thinking of engaging the public schools. You understand? Yeah. So that's what we are doing. Okay. And then talking about the challenges so far. Actually, the foundation is a new foundation. So we will not start talking about the challenges now. And our projects, by next few months, we'll start carrying out our projects in schools. So by then, we can now realize some of the challenges. Although we know that NGO face challenges of finance and challenges of volunteers. Okay. So these are the challenges that NGOs face, amongst others. Okay. Yes. Okay, so you already know what you are going to grapple with. Yes. That's what it means. Yes, yes, okay. Sure, sir. Okay. Now, back to your Women Matter column. You hold this column in one of the popular tabloids, in the state here, the Watchdog newspaper. And you've been talking so much. What is this Women Matter? What is the matter all about? Okay. Yeah. The matter we are discussing in Women Matter column is the need to have women employed, to have women empowered, to have women included in policy making, to have women allowed, included in nation building. You know, education of the girl child should be encouraged. All hands has to be on deck to war against domestic violence, to war against rape and early child marriage. Early child marriage is one of the things we condemn seriously, because you can imagine when a child of 12 years old is made to marry an old man. You understand? This is a child that needs to learn, that needs to grow, that needs to be allowed to enjoy her adolescence.
Some say it approximates to child abuse.
Yes, it is child abuse, because this child doesn't know anything. And this man expects this child to play a role of a wife, to play conjugal duties, to play domestic duties, and also carry out other social responsibilities. When she is a child, you understand? So early child marriage should be eroded completely. It is not something we should support. It traumatizes the child. It's an abuse against the child. So that is what we talk about. How women should be. There is need to raise awareness so that communities and families can celebrate and welcome daughters. A lot of people are not happy when they give birth to daughters. They feel, we need a son. You understand? Yes, a son is also important, but daughters should be celebrated. People like Professor Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, she's who she is today because she was empowered and educated, and the parents supported her and gave her the enabling environment. So we should encourage our daughters, because you don't know what they will be tomorrow. You understand?
So what you're saying sounds like in our society, the boy child or the men are more welcomed when a child is giving birth than when a girl child comes into the family. Is that what you mean?
What I mean,
because you said we should celebrate the coming of a
yes.
girl. Do you mean we don't do that?
No, it's not everybody. There are some people that when their wives give birth to daughters or a daughter, they'll feel, I would have preferred a male child. So that shouldn't even come in, because a female child can also do what a male child can do. Yes.
Okay, I get what you're saying. So this is all about the woman matter you've been writing about.
Yes, it's about issues of women, our concerns.
Now, why do you focus so much on the women, as if the men too do not have issues to talk about?
No, the men have issues to talk about.
Yes.
You understand? Like a boy child can also be abused. When we are talking about gender violence, it is all inclusive. A man can be abused. Even as we are discussing now, there may be a man somewhere who is being abused by the wife. So it's not peculiar to women. A woman can be abused, a man can be abused, a boy and a girl can be abused. But I would say I have the passion for women. So that is why it seems like I'm concentrating on the women. But because
you are a woman.
Yeah, not just because I'm a woman. There are also men that support the women.
But if you look around, there are so many NGOs all focused on the girl child. Yes, we know women are important. There is no man that comes to the earth without going through a woman. They need to be protected. But at the same time, nobody is talking about the boy child as if they are not open to abuse, as if all the opportunities they amass it. You see still young boys out there in the street trading and doing other things they're not supposed to do. So, but we don't find groups talking about the boy child, because the girl child needs the boy to survive. But we're all focusing on the women than the men. So,
okay, I understand what you're saying. Yeah. I think as much as the girl child should be protected, trained, empowered, and supported, the boy child should also be protected and taken care of. Because when you train up a girl and you neglect the boy, it's not balanced. And then if this boy you did not train and this girl you train come together tomorrow and marry, there will be issues because one person is equipped and the other person is not equipped. So I think both of them should be trained, both of them should be protected.
Okay, so far so good. I want to find out, do you not any regret being a woman, given the fact that there is so much things women talk about, according to them, they claim they are being marginalized by what they go through in the hands of men, according to them. Drawing from your experience, do you regret being a woman?
No, I feel happy being a woman. Okay. It is fulfilling. There's this joy that comes with womanhood. Seriously.
Really?
Yes. I'm happy being a woman, okay? Yes. But I am not also ignorant of the fact that women go through a lot. Some women go through a lot in the hands of men. Okay. I may not have had such experience. I may not have gone through a lot in the hands of men, but I am not ignorant of that fact. Okay, but what I want to tell women is don't break. Okay, you don't sink below the surface. There's a lot of life after so much trauma. Yeah. A lot of women have been through emotional, verbal, physical, sexual abuse, and yet they were able to survive. Okay, but when it gets to a point where you can't take it, when your life is at stake, when someone is in a toxic relationship or a toxic marriage, I would advise the person to stay afar.
Really?
Of course. You won't stay there and die because you want to prove a point that I can make it happen. A lot of women.
What if the toxicity is being generated by the woman in question?
Okay,
what if it's the one that is the aggressor?
Then the man should seek for his peace. Okay. Anybody can be abused. It's not just the woman. If a woman is abusing the man should go far and yes, and be happy, so that he doesn't die.
Okay, like those who believe in reincarnation, if you have opportunity to come back again, you want to be a woman?
Of course. Of course, I want to be a woman.
So what is this feeling that, you say there's a feeling that goes with being a woman? So,
I may not be able to get the right words for it, but I'm just so happy. Because, you know...
you get special privileges.
Yes, of course.
Women get special privileges.
Yes, of course. And when you do... Okay, when I came up with the idea of this foundation, a lot of people supported me, a lot of men. You know, a lot of people were like, I love what you're doing, a woman, you know. So women get a lot of support and privileges. Yes, in everything they're doing. Yes.
They say give a woman a seat first before the man.
Yes. I love being a woman, honestly. I'm excited about it.
It's okay. When you talked about women being marginalized.
Okay.
Being marginalized, is it by men or by who? This issue of marginalization, because every person is singing marginalization, you know, and sometimes, you know, they play the victim, and let me not use the word. So, who is marginalizing the women?
You know, we in this part of the world, who feel that it's a man's word.
Okay.
Whatever a man does in a marriage, in a family, he's supported. He's the man. But whatever a woman does, she's not supported. You understand? Yeah. Men are, I don't know how to describe it, but what I'm trying to say is that women marginalization is everywhere. Okay. In our political arena, okay. In our religious...
Women are not allowed to become priests.
It's difficult.
It's difficult.
It's difficult for you. And most times, when you go to a church and you see a woman as a priest, okay. You will not be comfortable. You'll be like, what is this woman doing? Even some women will not support her. Okay. So that's the issue.
So women are also marginalizing women?
Yes, sometimes. Women also marginalize women. How many women do we have in elective positions?
In elective positions?
Yes.
Okay.
Even in appointive positions. Okay. How many, even in Imo State, how many women were appointed as commissioners? So that's where we'll talk about marginalization. It's everywhere. Yeah. Women should be given seats. These seats are reserved for women. You understand? Okay. So that they know that these are women's seats in politics is what I'm talking about. Yeah. So they'll struggle. You see women coming to make effort because they know that these seats are reserved for them.
Okay, so you want special consideration given to women.
Exactly.
Maybe there should be a legislation, give so number of positions to women. To women.
Yes.
But there is the affirmative principle, which the UNO...
the 35% of women. But it's not guaranteed. Like, it's not achieved yet.
Yeah. So are women
there are no foreseeable actions to achieve it.
Yeah, are women actually pressing for it to be achieved? Because if you don't ask for something, even God will not give it to you.
Yes, what you said is true. Mm-hmm. You know, talking about politics,
many of them shy away from politics.
Yes, because of their domestic responsibilities. A lot of men don't support their women. So when you are a wife and your husband is not supporting you, you will not vie for any position. Even if you are doing that, it's not going to augur well, you understand? Mm. And a lot of women don't have that financial capacity like men. Mm. So that's also a challenge. And a lot of women have domestic responsibilities like Most of these political meetings are done at night, most of them. So women, sometimes it's either they have
maybe
children to take
environmental factors,
domestic factors limit their participation.
Yeah, but have you taken into account the issue of the limitations coming from the culture and religion which they subscribe to? Because this is where I locate the limitations more than men. Because we run a patriarchal system which recognizes the man as being a child, and the women accept it, and they don't, they subject themselves to it. You don't come and start challenging a man when otherwise you will be seen as you are doing something abhorrent, when you know that this is the role a man should play. You don't come and start rubbing shoulders. So the patriarchal system we run, I think, is a factor. And then the religion, even culturally, women are limited from doing something. So don't you think that is a creation of nature than a creation of man?
Yes, it's a creation of nature, like you said. Like in the traditional system, you don't have a woman in this cabinet. It's difficult for you to have something like that.
Yes.
But at this point, even though it's by nature, we can still make amends.
Okay.
Yes, we can still make amends by giving women the hand they deserve, not upper hand. I'm talking about
giving them opportunity to come up to a point,
to come up to a certain level.
Just like what is happening in Rwanda, where almost half of the legislators are that's a deliberate
action.
Yes. But women here, are they taking the initiative? Sometimes you give women opportunity and say this is every person. You see them going back. They will also yield to tell you this is men, do your thing.
It's because they already have that mentality that is a man's word. They feel even if we try, the men will overpower us, like politically. Some women, they may want to come out and contest for elective position, but within them, they may feel, since these seats are not reserved for us, like
they will be pushed away.
They will be pushed away. So that's what is our challenge.
Okay, I think we have come to the end of this program. But one more question.
Okay.
You are a journalist.
Yes, sir.
You've been practicing for some time. And when you talk about nation building and development, taking into account the role of journalists, do you think media men in Nigeria are getting their dues? What is due to them?
Okay.
Are appropriately rewarded?
No. Journalists are playing significant roles in the society.
Yeah.
Journalists are agents of change.
Okay.
They are doing a lot for the country. For instance, when you wake up in the morning, you take your phone. What are you looking for? Information. From where? From the media.
Yeah.
The society cannot exist without the media.
Yeah.
So journalists are doing a lot of things positively to keep the country together. But then, governments at all levels are not taking care of journalists as supposed. So I call on government to ensure the welfare of journalists, because they are the lubricants that oil the country.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So, Madam Dorcas Samson Achi, thank you so much for coming to our program.
Thank you, sir.
And this is a copy of your book, is
yes,
that?
Yes, this is a copy of The Survival.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, The Survival, the book that, say to the camera, let's people, okay. So, this is the book you authored.
Yes.
And it's talking about our society and the challenges we all go through. So please do well to subscribe and collect a copy of this book, because it's going to help you go through some of the challenges we are experiencing. Dorcas, for these free adverts, I will give you our bill later on. Yeah. So, gentlemen and ladies, this is where we wrap up the program, and she has spoken to us on so many issues, talking about that good ideas can generate the resources you need to drive them. And he told us that the future is female. She has highlighted the role of women in development. And we need women to continue to multiply and regenerate. And she says that there is a joy that comes with being a woman, that comes with womanhood. And finally, too, journalists are not getting their dues, according to her, and should be rewarded because they are agents of development. On this note, we draw the curtain and say, please continue to stick with Universal Heritage Television Nigeria. My name again is Afam Achi. Thank you for being part of the program.